how's it going? Now, look, I want to go ahead and address the elephant in the room today. Yeah, that's right, we're going to be talking about Halo Infinite. Now, me, I'm a 90s baby, and if you're like me, you grew up with the Halo franchise. Halo was one of those things that brought us all together. If you didn't have an Xbox, you probably went over to your friend's house to go ahead and play Halo. Just one of those things that is very nostalgic to a lot of people. Now, as of late, the kids of today probably don't have that same sense of nostalgia when it comes to just the Halo franchise as a whole. Now, Halo Infinite was originally shown to us at E3 2018, touted to be the game that was going to show us the latest and greatest of the new Xbox Series technology that was going to be coming out. Now, I mean, the new Xbox consoles have arrived. People have them inside their houses right now. The only thing they don't have is Halo Infinite. Now, Halo has had a couple of different issues throughout its life cycle so far, and they've actually canceled, excuse me, not canceled, but they've pushed the game back to a couple of different issues so far. So let's go ahead and talk about a few things. So I think it's a huge red flag when you start to have delays. Although now let me expand on that a little bit. Now I have said that I am a fan of delays, right? I am a huge fan of delays for two reasons. Because I would much rather you delay the game, have a few pissed off people, but you get us a finished game. I like when you put your best foot forward. Give us a finished, polished product. Don't give us something that's not going to be a finished game, until 6 months, to a year down the line. That's just not acceptable. Now, what I like about delays also is that it can also be a huge red flag for you, right? So certain delay patterns can also let you know that there might be something going on. And so I think that's the case here, right? So in August 2019, you had creative director Tim Longo, and then you also had the executive producer of Halo Infinite, Mary Olson. They both left the studio, right? So they both left 343 Studios, and what they said at the time is that the game's overall creative vision and production remains led by Chris Lee. So Chris Lee became the project director for the game in August 2019 after they left. And two heavy hitters like that leaving the company, it is a huge red flag. I'm sorry, but once they leave a project like that, mid development, especially after we had a couple delays, is a huge red flag, right? So I actually want to get into this article by Kotaku here. So if we go ahead and look at it here, so Halo Infinite now is not coming out until at the earliest, right? At the earliest, fall 2021. Like I said, this game was supposed to release actually right around this time. It was supposed to release about a month ago, but it was supposed to release alongside the new Xbox Series consoles. Now, how come the game that was supposed to be released, right? Holiday season 2020 is now not coming out for at least another year. That's a huge issue. That's a red flag to me. I'm sorry. But you have executives leaving the company, right? So you had two high profile executives leave the company last year, leave the production of the game in the hands of one guy, and now the game is delayed. What are we supposed to think about that, right? So I mean, just look at some of the stuff here. You can definitely pause and read through some of this, but what's going on? How how does this even make sense? I really don't get this. And then to make matters even worse, right? A couple months ago, Chris Lee, right, the current project director who I said this game was in the hands of, he left the company too. This guy's gone. He left too. He was there since 2008. Now, look, he didn't leave 343 Studios as a whole. He just left the Halo Infinite project. Like I said, he was the project director. He has left the Halo project and he still works at Microsoft. Now you have all these people moving around. You have a game that was supposed to be the biggest game to come out on your platform this year, probably for the next 12 months. This is supposed to be the game that's going to show people Xbox is where you need to be if you want to play games. Who feels like that now? Who feels like that? When they showed the game at E3, people looked at the graphics and said, "Oof, oof, this doesn't look good. Something's wrong." What did 343 say? Oh no, it's just a couple rendering things. There was a bug. This happened, that happened. They had excuses. There were very logical reasons for why there was an issue at the time, right? What's going on now? Really, I really just don't get it. So now You have a game that's not coming out for at least another year, right? They didn't give an exact date. They said at least until fall 2021, which was already a pretty broad a pretty broad time frame, right? You have a game that already didn't look pretty. And also, once they said, so that's another thing. When they told us, so when they said that, hey, we're going to be pushing the game back, they announced a bunch of different features like, oh, we're going to be doing this with the multiplayer, we're going to be doing that with this. I don't care about these new features. Why isn't the game ready? Right? You're adding in new features. What? So what were you going to be giving us in the first place? Look, I'm not going to get too deep into it. I know I've already been ranting about this, but look, I think it's time. We got to sound the alarm. If you haven't already, I think the red flags have been raised. I think the alarm has been sounded. You might want to stay away from this for right now. Now, look, I want this to be a great game. Like I said, I hold the Halo franchise dear to my heart. I really hope they get it together. I want to play this game. I really do. But what I won't do, okay, what I won't do is get ripped off. Okay? I won't pay 60 or now in the next gen world, I won't be paying $70, or maybe if this comes out on Game Pass, I won't be paying for a subscription with this game in mind, you know, to play a half-baked, graphically, eh, I, I don't know. The same thing. I saw the same kind of pattern with No Man's Sky when we got disappointed with that. We had Mass Effect Andromeda. We had my favorite disappointment. We got Anthem. And then even most recently, we had the disappointment with the Avengers game. Now, I'm not saying that it's a bad thing if you still like these games. And games like No Man's Sky, they've gotten their stuff together, in the recent years. I still haven't picked the game back up because I still feel a kind of way about the first time that Sean Murray, the leader of Hello Games, pulled one over on us. I get it, but hey, Mass Effect Andromeda, still a no. Anthem, huh, still a no. Still going through the same kind of problems that we see right here. If you want to see a parallel to what's going on right now with Halo, look at some of the things that went on with the Anthem's developer at the time. So I say all this to say, Halo Infinite, get your together because I really want to play this game, but I won't play this game if it looks ugly. I won't play this game if it's super buggy. I won't play this game if it's not done. You know, stop doing this to us gamers. We love these franchises. You know we're gonna buy the game, so stop giving us half-baked stuff. If you say, "Hey, we're gonna push the game back. We're gonna make it better," tell us the truth. But hey, look, I'm not being naive. I know what it is. It's 2020. But look, this has been another episode of the channel. Halo Infinite has been delayed again. What do you think about this? Are you still on board? Do you still want to play the game? Or are you just going to pass it off and let somebody else do it? Watch the reviews, watch the gameplay on YouTube. Let me know what you think below. As usual, tell someone you love them today, and everyone have a great day. See you soon.